So why'd you bring me out here, to kill me?
Yeah, I thought it was a good place to hide a body. Yeah, so this part of town that we're in is Palos Hills. And it's about 15, 20 miles outside of Chicago. Great place to come decompress, do some mountain bike riding, hiking, walk the dog, whatever it is you want to do.
Do you come out here a lot?
As often as I can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It does definitely feel outside the city.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that all the craziness is 20 minutes away.
So what's the startup scene feeling like and the growth scene feeling like in Chicago?
Yeah. In Chicago, the startup scene for venture capital is, it's maturing, it's growing, it's getting better and better. We have that early VC, that A and that seed, and then we have that private equity. That gap is kind of in the middle between B and cash flow positive.
So for other like CEO founders in these flyover cities that some people may say, right?
Yeah.
How do they attract outside venture capital?
I think it just comes down to understanding what the venture firms are looking for, and having empathy for their situation, and being able to express your vision and what you have in a lens that they understand. From what I see, the Valley has an incredible amount of talent, and I think it always will for quite some time. But some valuations are high, and the reality is the Valley's not best positioned to solve all the modernization and digitalization problems. And so when we see more established industries like the one that we're in, having domain expertise is critical. And so I think that attracts some of that Valley or even that East Coast capital to markets like Chicago or other flyover states.
Yeah.
Flyover cities.
You've been on the West Coast, you're now in the Midwest. Is there a different vibe for startups here than that you felt in other places?
Just like everything, each city and state you go to kind of has its own little twist.
Yeah.
And so that naturally rolls over to the business side of the city or state. For Chicago, what you get is great moral, ethical boundaries, compass, great work ethic. People take a lot of pride in their work. People that want to be creative and innovative, they want to be part of something special, and you see a great tech ecosystem rapidly expanding here. I'd say here in Chicago, what we need to do a better job of, and we try to be a catalyst for this, is give options to all team members, and so we can get the tech ecosystem going. When you get into the Valley, it seems like everyone's neighbor or someone across the hall had a great run and they had a really successful outcome. In Chicago, you just don't see that, even though there are some successful outcomes. And so we see that in the hiring profile, and it's when the folks are asking. They're not asking for options; they're asking for great compensation, more in traditional lens.
Yep.
And so we really make sure that we provide options to everyone, and that's going to change this ecosystem.
So why entrepreneurship for you? Like, why do you do this? There's a lot of other easier jobs, right?
Yes, absolutely. It probably has to do with the background of how I grew up.
Yeah.
For me, I grew up pretty poor, so there wasn't a lot to lose. So I said, hey, why don't I just try to make it for myself? Why wait for that corporate structure to kind of play in my favor? I just think the way that I'm wired, probably you always have to be honest with what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. And when I looked at the profile of what makes an entrepreneur great, it kind of matched what I thought my strengths were.
So tell me about Project 44. What are you guys doing?
We're building the world's largest visibility platform
Okay.
for transportation and logistics.
You're doing it right here in Chicago.
Right here in Chicago. Logistics, transportation mecca of the world.
Yeah, tell me the history of that. Like, why is Chicago and transportation?
I'd say for a number of reasons. The really large presence of the rail here.
Yep.
A lot of commerce, the best talent for trucking and logistics is here. The largest truckload brokerages are here. Many of the largest 3PLs, the highest concentration of freight forwarders,
Yep.
centrally located in the country. So a lot of logistics happening here.
What's the talent like here? I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of diversity of talent. There's a lot of SaaS
Yes.
companies. There's
Yeah.
a lot of technology companies. There's large Fortune 500s.
Yes.
What are you guys seeing for talent?
So what we're seeing here for talent, it's just been absolutely incredible. So we're seeing some of the best software engineers, the data scientists, the SaaS sales reps, the go-to-market team, marketing, everyone that's at the company.
Yeah.
I really candidly think that we have the top 1%
Yep.
of all technology that's available anywhere globally. So phenomenal talent.
Why Project 44? Why do you think it's great for people to come here?
All of our tech stack's modern. So we have over 40 microservices. So if you're on the engineering or data science
Yeah.
side, there's a lot of really great reasons. All our data is normalized when it comes to our platform. So that's fantastic. We also are solving huge problems. The problems we're solving are incredible on a global scale. And so whether it's the chair we're sitting in, toothpaste we used this morning, or lunch
Yeah.
that we're gonna have today, all that got there by a truck, train, or plane. So it's something that physical goods that you can also see that we're touching to make transport better, give that visibility.
Why hasn't this happened earlier? Like, why was this hole in the market?
I think technology needed to catch up,
Okay.
and then we needed to take ideas that worked well in other industries that were probably a little bit more progressive.
Yep.
We need to take a few of those ideas, and then we need to stitch them together for the application specifically for this
Okay.
industry.
So 5 years out,
Yeah.
what's Project 44 look like?
I would like us to be on every continent. We have headquarters here in Chicago, but we have satellite offices in other regions.
Yep.
And continue to have that advanced visibility solution, solve problems, get customers closer to their nirvana as they're going through their digitalization and modernization. And we're just, in 5 years, I guess we'll probably be somewhere between 3,000 to 6,000 team members. And I think we have the best technology and logistics talent of any company in the world.
Right here in Chicago.
Right here in Chicago.